I'm finding these days that people are pretty stressed out about money and the situation of the world when it comes to finances. So, how do we actually get to that next right step so that our financials don't feel so stressful? Well, do me a favor, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell. Why? Because I'm going to help you get to a life that you actually love and it's sustainable. And you can also join us at juliemurphy.com because we are a community that is here to help you get to this next place in your world. So, why are we stressed out about our money? We're stressed because the fact that I guarantee you, the way you run your finances is not alignment with your heart and your soul. And there's this myth that's out there that, well, once I get all the money, then I'll actually follow my heart and my soul. And I'm here to call bullshit on that. Why? Because there's an awful lot of people that get to retirement and then they get there and then they get sick. Because all along the way, they've negotiated their heart away and they've not brought it along for the ride. I started to notice this when I wrote my first book, The Emotion Behind Money, where 50% of my male clients between 55 and 65 years old developed cancer around their hip area. And the work that I've done with Deepak Chopra about this integration with our health and our wealth, I was like, how could that be possible? Deepak said, a cancer cell develops because that cell has lost its sense of purpose. So I went back to my client base and I was like, how have all these men lost their sense of purpose? And do you know, every single one of them lost their job, not by their choice. It was something happened in the family and they had to move or redirect, or they became the older version and they got laid off and got a severance package. Whatever the case may be, they were let go of their jobs, not by their choice. And it was colon cancer or prostate cancer that then developed in a 2 to 5 year period of time after that occurrence in their life. And I started asking the question, where does that show up with women? Women, it's breast cancer. So I've learned through the years, for women, they will actually do everything for everybody else except for themselves. And so this big myth I want to bust right now is the fact that you have to wait until you have all the money, then you can follow your passion, your purpose. And for those gentlemen out there, it's about the fact that you are amazing providers for your family, but you can't forget about yourself. This is not about just doing for others. It's about doing for yourself and for others. But so often it's that men become the providers of their family and they do the job for the paycheck to provide because they're rocking and rolling and getting it done. And I understand because I'm the financial provider for my family. And it's easy to do. It's easy to get into that rut. But I'm telling you, you feel stressed about your financials because there's some part of you that's not authentically plugging into the world. And your job may have fed you at some point, but now it's not feeding you anymore. We were shown a lot of that during the pandemic, weren't we? Like many of us were shown that. But tell me below, I want to hear from you guys. Like, where is it that you feel like your heart is not in alignment with your money? Ask me questions below because I want our community to start to open up this dialogue, this funky dialogue about money that so many of us have all this shame, blame, guilt, and judgment around money that we're not opening up. And I can tell you, the more each and every one of you open up, the more you actually will start to help to heal not only yourself, but also heal others that are in similar situations. We just have to have the courage to continue the dialogue and open it up so that you can see possibilities. I cannot tell you how many women came to me after I got divorced and said, how did you do it? And when you see that it's possible through somebody else, then it doesn't seem so much of an astronomical task. If you're in a career that at one point you loved, but today you're like, oh man, I'm making this income and it's great and it's providing for my family. But you know you're being drawn to something else. How do you bridge to that new place? How do you get to an alignment? Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 tips that I really want you to. The first step is I need you to decide to let go of some things. What might that be? It might be logistically letting go of some expenses. I've had people turn around and sell their homes and go buy a home with the equity that's in their house, smaller house, but they no longer have a mortgage payment. And then that created the space for them to be able to change their job and change their career and shift the direction. I've had other people who have chose to move to different places that were less expensive than where they were living. All of these are areas of letting go. It could be relationships you're letting go of that are leaky containers that you're just feeding money to them. And it's like, it's just a big drain. And it's like, why am I doing this? Well, we're doing these things because we're in our suffering patterns and it's not actually healthy for you. And the reason you might be stressed about your money is because it's not in alignment with you. And you have to love yourself over loving other people more than yourself, right? So that you do what's right for you. And if you want to help them out, that's okay. The second thing I want you to do, so look, the first thing is observe and look at what it is that you can let go of, whether it's expenses or people or jobs or the dream that you thought you once had is no longer. So let the dream go. Be in the present moment for what you want to create next. So letting go is a big first step in that process to actually start to feel less stress around your money. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to realize I need you to step into choice. I need you to step into your empowerment. You are not victim of circumstance. You are not victim of your employer. You're not victim of the economy and the bear market. You're not victim of whatever your spouse did or your ex-spouse did. Enough of the victim archetype. It is time for each and every one of us to actually dig into that third chakra, which is right above your belly button, and go, I'm going to choose this from a place of empowerment because I'm going to step into choice. I'm no longer going to default into my life or default by the choices. I am going to step into choice and I am going to choose X, Y, and Z. But that comes from your noodle. And it comes from actually stepping into the courage that you know that you have a choice. So you're going to let go and then you're going to choose to change and you're going to commit to that change. And then the third thing I want you to consider is I want you to actually take action. You know, there's many people in the spiritual community that I align with that they say, oh, you just have to set your intentions and release it. And then the universe will work it all out for you, or God will work it all out for you. Well, you know what? That is true. It will organize and it will structure. But when the opportunity comes in front of you, you have to actually step into it and take the action. And how do you know if it's the right action or not? It's because it's in the present moment. It's in the flow. It was easy. It was like a no-brainer. That's when you know taking that action is in right alignment for you. So I hope these 3 tips have helped you so that you feel less stress around your money. And you do that by aligning your heart and your soul with every decision that you're making. So let go, step into choice from a place of empowerment, and be sure to take action as the things align for you in your life based on your intentions that you're creating. Step into it because you deserve it. Self-love, self-care, baby. Don't forget, go to juliemurphy.com and subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. Why? Because we're going to be here to help you because we're real people living real lives to create real wealth in your life. Chat soon. Bye.